Hey yo, PC Monk here with another Bitcoin video. Alright, what's up guys? Hope you guys doing alright. Here I am today with a Bitcoin video. I don't know if you guys watch my stream or not, but I think I will be streaming. All I need is just energy. Alright, how you guys doing today? So let's jump into this. So BTC yesterday didn't really do much, did it? I mean, Wednesday, good day. We went up, then we came back down, right? This happened on Thursday, which is today, by the way, but Wednesday did this slow move towards upside. Now we know, before I talk about the price and everything, we know that Thursday is mean reversion, meaning what? Meaning we come back to the 50 EMA. And I guess where we are, we did it already. The mean reversion happened. So, um, Thursday is not a mean reversion day for BTC, I guess. So then what it is? So guess we try to come back up on the 4 hour. You could see the red vector. You could see everything here. All right. This was a volume imbalance and a red vector. Now, overall, right now for BTC, it's very important to come above this navy blue line if it wants to do something. Okay. But it's not above it, and it tried to hold, but then it got rejected. Now, you haven't yet lost anything other than this 4 hour level, which comes from there, which we could see. This was a swing, right? We went below it, we came, we pushed it 2 times. Both of these 2 times, this level gave us a new high. Right here, right here, right? Now, obviously, this was on Sunday, so it was not a valid high, and we retested it and we went a little bit higher on Monday, right? With that being said, then you came back. You lost this. You lost this. You could get a range here, all right? So I might just show you guys the blue line, but we could talk about a range here as well because this is your swing towards upside. So you need to hold the swing right now. Now the swing at this point is acting as a sell side liquidity, meaning every time we tap into it, we go lower, right? So that's it. Now, what you need to do is you basically need to come above the daily open and hold this sell side liquidity. You need to flip this sell side liquidity into buy side liquidity, but it's not flipping there right now. So if we don't go above this 122,208, okay, I think we're not gonna see a retest here. And if you don't hold this 122,208, we're definitely gonna continue to come down. Now, you might ask, where are we gonna go down? In my opinion, okay, um, today we go to 111, I'm sorry, 117 to 188, right around this daily line, right? There are two places. Okay, first of all is this one. We wicked into it, but the buyers held it. The buyers pushed it, but guess what? The buyers didn't had enough fuel to push it higher. And you could see here the fuel was not there. There's no volume, right? So then we pushed it down. Now still no volume, so I think this might continue down. Now this one is a projection of we could come up, retest the previous 4 hour, then go down. But as you see, we're not even coming up. We're not even coming up. So if it closes this 1 hour down here, okay, below this 4 hour, I think a continuation is due towards downside. Now, will we get this in like a one move? No, I think like this might actually slowly continue, okay, till we get to the New York, and then New York might dump it down, right? Now, obviously, you'll be like, okay, so what if there's a capitulation candle happening and we completely go down? Well, there's a lot to go down to, okay? So first you gotta lose this, then you're gonna lose this. This is 114, and there's a 4 hour in between as well. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay, so in my opinion, you either hold around this buy side liquidity where you could see there was a liquidity here because we pushed it up, we came back down, then again we held it and then we pushed it. This area is the move that happened that put us up, right? And now, obviously, the origin, I don't know why every time I start to record my YouTube video, I get a hiccup. Obviously, the origin of the move was here, right? This is like the extended move that we did, and you could clearly see three highs and that was it. So you could see one high, two high, three high. So now you could say this was our M pattern and then we're gonna just go down. Or you could be this was the third high. Now we're gonna do an M pattern and then we go down. So keep that M pattern in mind that could come into tuition. So if we go above the 122,208, what we might do, we might come above, get rejected on the daily, but then hold below it. All right, and then try to basically make that M pattern, then maybe hold a little bit and then start to fade away, right? Start to fade away and then basically come back all the way down. Now from there, obviously, you still have this level to break and then this and then this. But from here, you basically have two levels, right? So we'll see. In my opinion, we're going to go down today, but the upside could be potentially playable. Um, Bears are coming in heavy today. I'm joking, I'm joking. All right, so USDT dominancy. We hit this line. This is basically a 4-hour line and a buy side liquidity. Now on the 4-hour, you could see where we're coming from. We held it multiple times. Let me just lock my layout. We held it multiple times. Right here, we pushed it. Right here and right here, we did a W pattern above this liquidity. Then we pushed it, and here we are now. So what happened is we held it again and then we pushed it back up. But now this time, just like every other time, we are above this pink line, which is 4.30%, right? I could extend this because this kind of means something if you come even a little bit. I locked the layout. Give me a second, guys. So you could see this means something from here, which you held, you pushed, you got rejected, you pushed down, right? And again, you got rejected. Then you try to hold, you didn't. You got rejected. This is a very, very good line. You guys could see the intersection that it's making with the price action every time, right? So this is pretty much a very valid line, 4.30%. Now where we are, let's take a look. We're above it. We breached it. Now we need to hold it. So from now on, if this thing is about to hold, you need to hold this pink line. So basically you're looking for, you could consolidate here, you could even wick down, but you have to hold this, right? And then do this. So this is kind of look potential, a V-shaped recovery, right? Just push down, retest the previous 4-hour, then come back and hold and then push it up. It's probable, but at the same time, you could just push it up in this 4-hour. We could just take a look at the 1-hour here. You could see how slowly it's coming down, right? So that would tell you that we might want to continue up. All right. Keep in mind, this is Thursday. Today is Thursday, but USDT is only a confluence. Okay. But now, if this loses this pink line, comes to this daily, we're still safe. I don't care. But if we come down here, then I'll be a little bit alert because this might end up in a rejection on the daily open and then continue down, where BTC gonna see another high. Now keep in mind, I'm not saying it's done. Like BTC ain't going high no more, right? I'm not saying that. I think we are still going high, but maybe for this week we do a little bit of pullback. This is just the beginning of October, okay? October, as they say. All right, let's take a look at the orders. All right, bids and asks, or basically large orders. This is 15 minutes. So on 15 minutes, you could see the amount of cells that is pointed around here. These are all, by the way, spot cells. All right, so 228, from 124 to 128, we got 260 million perpetual sell orders. A spot is 95 and 27. And this is, by the way, only the sell. So you could see there's like the cells are dense on this spot, as you could see. Now, if I just increase the time frame a little bit for you, excuse me. All right, now you could see it a little bit better that the cells are at the highs, right? These are here. But we tried to come back to it a couple of times. These were here when we did this dump, when we did this dump, right? They were there, they're still there. But maybe they don't have much fuel to get there, meaning what? They don't have enough liquidation. We're gonna take a look at that later. But if I just turn off this spot for a second and turn on the perpetuals, you could see that perpetuals are more centered towards buying, right? They're focused towards buying. Look at this area. Look at this big area. And this is basically shows that the same area that we discussed about, right? We come all the way to 118,400, 118,700. We could go to 117, which is going to be right here, how much bids we have there on perpetual? We got 668 million only on Binance. We got more on OKX and Coinbase. So just to fill these orders and then go back up, because you could see there is a gap between this whole order and these orders, right? I'm not saying they're not gonna fill these orders. I'm saying like the gap might talk for itself. We want to fill these, get some more shorters, more liquidation towards upside, and then we push it back up. But again, even if I turn on this spot for the bids, you could see it's not as much focused. All right. Now here's a catch. These are the contracts. Okay. So a lot of contracts for the seller. So people or like the market maker or the AI, they breaking down the cells into smaller cells, and that's why you get all those small contracts. On the other hand, if you take a look at the bids here, you see 738 million for perpetual, but it's not as much as the cell. The contracts is not as much, meaning they're not basically breaking it down. There are big chunk of big chunk of buy orders. Each of them are big, like 10 million instead of like 100,000 dollars. We got 110 million, so they're bigger in size than basically in contract. Okay, if that makes sense. And that is a catch here, in my opinion. That's why we're gonna go down, not yet up. Max paying towards upside is 2.18% at this moment that I'm talking to you guys. Towards downside is 0.43%. A lot of people are gonna get liquidated. This is the important part that I want to talk about, guys. The liquidations. This is where the fuel stays. Okay, take a look at it. We've talked about this. We've talked about this yesterday. Over the stream, I said this was big in liquidation. We took a little bit. Now we're gonna go back down and take a little bit of the downside. I mentioned it yesterday this is a range, guys. This is a range that we're going up and down on BTC. The reason is because the retailers are just jumping in. People are shorting, people are longing. They're doing both, okay? And the market maker is like, okay, I got the liquidity here, so let me just, uh, beat it. Let me just beat the price and this range till there's not much liquidity, till there's not much um, interest in it. People are interested in this range. Look at this big cluster of liquidation, 58 million at 121. And keep in mind, this is only for the past 24 hours. Let me put it over a week and then we see. Now, I'm going to talk about this range at the end of my video, which is right now, by the way. Okay, so like I said, guys, there was big amount of liquidation towards upside. We took a little bit. Look at how much liquidation is towards downside. Mind blowing. Mind blowing. So this amount of liquidation towards downside. People are longing. All right. So this range, this big range from 117 to 126, $26,000. This is a big range. All right. But the market is holding it inside of this range because people are just degen. People are longing and shorting and getting liquidated. So for now, we know the big liquidation is around 120,000, and then we could continue all the way to grab all of these liquidations, all the way down to 117,000, somewhere around there, around my level. All right. Now, before I go to the liquidation levels, I want to talk about the range that we just discussed. Take a look at this. Just a second, guys. We go back to it, okay? So take a look at this. This is your range. This is a big range, isn't it? The psychological range. And we've been beating around this. Now, for the first time, we lost the psi range. from the low part of the SI. Then we gained it and then we lost it again on the silo. So we lost the silo for the second time. This might tell me we might want to get deviated a little bit, come back down around this 117, all right, or whatever. But this range was the range that they did their dirty, right? This big range. And now they might want to deviate from it to come back down. All right, now let's go back and talk about the levels right here. Okay, let's put this in the 7 days so we could just see what's happening. Look at this, bro. Look at this. So towards upside, towards 127, we got 6.23 billion ready to be liquidated. And obviously we know most of those liquidation are around here. All around here. Look at this. Right. By the way, my liquidity threshold is at 85, meaning it only shows the biggest liquidation in the map. If I decrease this, you'll see different stuff. You see more. Look at this. Look at how bright is this. And why do you think this is a big cluster? I'm telling you, today we're going to dump at 217. That's my take. I'm leaning towards it. Now, let's take a look at 117, 200. 8 billion are about to get liquidated today. If it goes there, people are gonna be wrecked. And do you know who's not gonna be wrecked? The market maker. They're just gonna fill their bids. They're gonna fill their buys. We're not yet done. It's gonna go higher. But if people gonna come into these type of ranges from 124 to 117 and do these stupid amount of orders, the market maker is gonna hold the main goal, which is a new high, which is maybe $150,000. Keep that in mind. With that being said, guys, I think I've talked about anything and everything. I think we're going to go down today. We're going to go to that $117,000 or maybe 119. I'm not yet sure which one, but the market and the price action will tell us. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys helping me out, even just by leaving a comment, even just by watching my stream, lurking, not even saying anything. Or you guys that send me like good messages when I'm streaming, heart warm messages, heartful, kind, I don't know, you name it, all these messages that help me sustain my stream and help me fight with the bad habits, with the bad mentality that I sometimes get. Yesterday was one of those days. I was very low. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate every type of support you guys do, even as tiny as as a as a head of a needle still counts. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay safe, stay green, stay patient. Until next time, peace out.